Oh,
Gus turns up the full house.
that's got to be a brutal feeling for Andy Block.
Yeah.
Though you didn't see much emotion, you know he's feeling it inside. Stomach churning. You know something? It would have been a great lay down, but how do you make that kind of lay down?
You know, Gus raised this pot with a 10-3. Right now, Andy's saying to himself, you know, if I'd have re-raised right there, I could have won the pot right there. On the other hand, had Gus bet on the flop when he had the bottom pair, Andy would have thrown the hand away and not lost any money. It would have been a very big laydown to make it to river there.
They object.
Well, Vince, Andy objects, but his skills as a lawyer don't help him here as Gus delivers a huge blow.
Buttons up on Andy now.
It's not slowing Andy down. Looks like he's coming back and raising. He's got an ace-8 offsuit here.
30,000.
He's going to make it 30,000.
Renewed confidence. Here he goes. Daniel Rentzer, it's going to be up to him. He's got a 3 and a 6.
What hand?
Well, Vince, Andy may pretend like he's forgotten about that last hand, but you know it's still flashing through his mind like a bad dream.
This is true.
What hand? No.
Daniel's been kind of quiet lately when he's going to throw this one away.
Well, he's stepping out of the way and letting these two guys clash, that's for sure.
Now, Gus Hansen has a pretty good hand for him, a king and a jack offsuit.
He's got a code jack.
Look at the look on Andy. Frustrated from that last beat.
Now it's 20,000 more for him to call.
I'm all in.
Gus says
He's all in. He says he's all in.
What?
Gus Hansen has gone all in. And look, Andy doesn't even hesitate. I'm amazed Andy put his money in there that quick with ace-8 offsuit.
I think Gus is even shocked he did.
King Jack for Gus.
He just fired it in there with ace-8, and it turns out he has the best hand.
When you talk about a little frustration, I think he's just hot under the collar. He's calling quickly. How many times have we seen this on the World Poker Tour? A guy takes a bad beat, and the next hand he plays awfully aggressive. He is in front at this point, though.
He is. He's about a 60% favorite to win this pot. When we come back from commercial, we'll see if he's going to hold up and double up and get back in this tournament, or if Andy Block will be our third-place finisher.
Don't go away. We'll be right back from the Commerce Casino, the LA Poker Classic on the World Poker Tour. Stay tuned.
We're back at the LA Poker Classic here on the World Poker Tour. Lawyer Andy Block is making a stand. He's taking an ace into battle against Gus Hansen's King and Jack. And the stakes are high. The winner has a shot at today's $500,000 first prize.
Welcome back. And Vince, right now, Andy Block is all in. He's either going to double up or be out of this tournament. He's the favorite. He's about a 60% favorite with an ace-8 against Gus Hansen's King Jack.
He's got to love this position. He's got Gus where he wants him. I think Gus was a little shocked that he called so quickly. We're going to see a flop. Here it comes.
Oh, Jack.
Whoa!
First card off is a jack. Andy is in a daze right now. He knows he needs an ace now to win this pot.
Gus has made a huge flop.
It could come a 9 and a 10. He'll make it straight.
Now there's a 10 on
There's a
4th
10.
Street.
He can now catch a 9, a club, or an ace to stay alive in this tournament. If he doesn't, he will be our third-place finisher.
Look at Gus is just smiling. He loves the competition. We're going to see the last card coming up. Here's the river.
A 9 will give him a straight. An ace gives him the win. It's not to be. It's a queen.
It's over for Andy Block.
Bang, bang. A left and a right by Gus Hansen to Andy Block right there. Andy Block is our third-place finisher. And Vince, for the second time on the World Poker Tour, Andy Block has finished third.
Oh, man, he is shaking hands there. What can he do? He shrugs. Went in there with an ace-8. How does Gus Hansen come over the top, all in with a king-jack? Who knows? Anyway, he's taking the money. Look at those chips.
Well, Gus knows how to play momentum as well as any poker player you'll ever see. He played momentum there. He wins the pot. And Andy Block goes home in third position. He will take home $125,000. We are down to our final two players. And as they say, Vince, everything's funny when you got plenty of money. And look at it. Here it comes in the arena now. That's Caesar and Cleopatra.
And I'll tell you something, this is going to be an amazing matchup. Look at that cash. It looks like Ivana Trump's weekly allowance there. Lots of cash out there, over $500,000. These guys are going heads up. This is going to be fun.
Whoever comes in second will get over $250,000. Whoever wins this tournament gets over $500,000. What a parlay this is going to be for Daniel Rentzer, whatever happens. Okay, Vince, here we go. The cash is on the table. The title's on the line. Gus Hansen, a former World Poker Tour champion, versus the Cinderella, Daniel Rentzer. Will he wear the glass slipper when the day is over? He certainly has a shot right now to capture this title.
You're going to see a lot of Daniel Renser. This guy has made the WPT championship at Bellagio. Even if he doesn't win this event today, that's because Gus Hansen already has an entry into that. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of this young poker superstar. Gus Hansen, the poker savant against the boy wonder. What's going to happen?
Right now, Gus has slightly over 2-1 chip lead, but Vince, as you know how quickly the momentum can change in no-limit poker. If Daniel wins one pot, for example, he'll have nearly a 2-1 chip over Gus.
And Daniel's got a 10-8 of spades this time, and he's looking it over.
And he's going to call.
Daniel calls.
Gus Hansen.
Gus picks up a 7-8. And he checks. So we're going to have a flop here. Gus has 8-7. Daniel has 10-8 of spade. Here we go.
The flop is
and the flop comes Queen-8 deuce.
Oh, that's a very interesting flop.
So both players have flopped a pair of 8s. And Gus comes out betting 10,000.
And they both got a pair of 8s, but whose kicker is bigger at this point? It would be Daniel's. He's got the 10 second card.
And he calls the bet. So Gus is bet. Daniel is called.
The turn card is
on the turn comes the 6 of spade.
Now what's Gus going to do? This guy is a fearless poker player. He's going to bet out again.
There's 2 hearts on the board.
Gus makes it 20,000.
No help to either player. Gus bets 20,000. And here comes Daniel. He's calling 20,000. Now remember, they both have a pair of 8s. But as you pointed out, Daniel has the 10 kicker, the better kicker. Whereas Gus has a 7 kicker.
Card.
Last card coming up.
Queen of diamonds.
And look at this. The board pairs queens.
Oh, man. That's going to make the kicker especially important here.
Check. Go ahead.
They check.
And check.
8s. What's your kicker? It's weak. I got a 10.
And you're going to see right here that the 10 kicker, remember you play 5 cards in poker, so they're both playing queens and 8s, but Daniel gets to play his 10, Gus has to play his 7. The pot will go to Daniel because he has the bigger kicker.
The Miracle Kid takes the first heads-up pot. The kid from L.A. is going to take a nice one.
Well, Vince, as they say in poker, it pays to have a kicker. You saw it right here.
Oh, Mike, it's kind of amazing. If you're looking out there and you're saying, hey, what are these guys playing? Well, I'll tell you what they're playing. Not just their cards, but they're playing on feel and a lot of heart. All right, it's going to be on Gus first. He has a 10 queen this time, Mike.
I think Daniel recognizes that if he's going to play against Gus, he's got to get in there and gamble some because Gus does all the time. And here comes Gus raising this pot, 30,000 he bets, 30,000. With a queen 10.
Now Daniel's got an 8 and a queen of diamonds.
And look at this. He has bet 100,000 with a queen 8. The queen 8 of diamonds.
Daniel raises.
I'm telling you, Vince, winning that last pot put some pep in Daniel's step. He has raised Gus 100,000 here with a queen 8.
Well, he's doing a little bit of Gus. This is a Gus move right now.
Now, because we can see their cards, Vince, we know that he is a big underdog to Gus's hands, a queen 8 against a queen 10. But certainly, if you're sitting in Gus's seat, a queen 10 doesn't look too good when your opponent's re-raised you 100,000.
Well, this kid has nerves of steel, and it's going to pay off here. He's going to take
and
this pot.
Folds.
Gus lays it down.
Gus folds. I think you have to lay it down. You just have to give the kid credit for making a bet like that.
Well, you know what's amazing? Let's not forget this kid did not come in here with $10,000 entry fee. He came in with $200 and a satellite. He's parlayed it into this tournament. He's heads up going for over $500,000 and a World Poker Tour title. This is a pretty amazing display of poker. I tell you, if he wins this tournament, he's going to have some interesting phone calls to his buddies back in college. Daniel this time has ace-4 of spades.
Pretty good hand heads up right here. He just calls. That surprised me. Most players would raise in that spot.
Gus Hansen has a terrible hand, a 3-deuce. And look at the flop.
Flop is king.
Now, this certainly is no help to Gus. It comes king, queen, 9. And look at Gus. He bets out with a 3-deuce, the worst possible hand you can have. And Daniel folds his cards. Daniel has ace high and lays it down.
Gus bets.
An amazing play right there by Gus Hansen to bet into that pot.
Look at the little smile by Gus. He knows he had the worst possible hand he could possibly had. He just stole that pot.
Gus Hansen's quest to become a 2-time WPT champion is not over yet, not by a long shot.
We'll be back with more final table action at the LA Poker Classic here on the World Poker Tour.
watching the LA Poker Classic here on the World Poker Tour. Amateur Daniel Renzer is turning heads with a hot run to the final table. He came out of nowhere to challenge a past WPT champion, Gus Hansen. Can the business student close the deal? Let's get back to the action with Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten.
Action will be on Gus first. The guy on the button acts first. Now remember, he's got $5,000 in the pot. His opponent has $10,000 in it.
Now what's interesting, he has a deuce-9 offsuit. Of course he's going to call.
Folks, you don't have to call. You are allowed to lay your hand down there.
Not in this game.
You know, but Gus calls with a 9-deuce offsuit. Whoa.
Now Daniel's got a king-5 offsuit. Here's the flop.
2 diamonds.
Helps neither player.
Neither player has a thing here. Daniel checks.
Daniel checks.
And here comes Gus. He bets $10,000.
Gus bets 10,000.
Now look at this. Look at this. Gus has bet with absolutely nothing. And Daniel has re-raised with absolutely nothing.
And he's going to push Gus out of the pot.
And he wins the pot.
Shows king 5.
He check-raised with nothing there and picked up that pot, Daniel did.
Oh, man. Just buckle up your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the land of glitter, watching the art of the bluff. Masters at work. Okay, it's going to be on Daniel. They're going fast. He's got a king-queen in his hand this time.
Now that's a nice hand. He comes in for $40,000 here.
Gus has got a king of spade, 10 of hearts.
From Daniel on the button.
Gus has king 10. Daniel has king queen. And Gus is going to call.
Gus calls 30,000.
Let's see if this pot spells trouble for Gus here. 84,000 in the pot. Flop comes 9-7-7.
3 different suits.
Gus checks.
That basically helps neither player, but Daniel's going to play it like it helped him.
He bets 25,000. Now look at this. Gus is calling with a king 10 here.
What's he doing?
Well, he's either trying to set him up for a play or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, there's a slot machine. 3 sevens on the board, and they both check.
Last card.
The last card's a bingo for Daniel.
Oh,
he's made 7s full of queens here.
Gus checks.
Gus checks.
And look at his eyes just pop out of his head there. Got so excited when the queen came up. He's got a big hand here now.